Well, this is a really different box opening for me today. Well, maybe not so different as it is a fountain pen, but it's a very different fountain pen than I have ever experienced. So this is a Santini Italia Libra Mora pen, and it's made entirely of Ebonite, which is one of my absolute favorite materials. It's a hard rubber, and I believe it's like made with rubber and sulfur, and so it has this really interesting, unique smell and feel. It's a little bit of a porous material, but it also holds heat like regular plastic doesn't. So just holding the pen, it warms to your touch, and it feels kind of alive. And some people find the smell really off-putting, but I personally am very fond of it. Your hands will smell like ebonite. Even my pens that are at least 100 years old, made of ebonite, still have that very distinct smell. So anyways, this box is ridiculous. This packaging is so insane. They even had this wonderful nib testing page, and all the I don't know. This is really beautiful. I like packaging. I like a nicely presented thing, but this is big. It feels a little unnecessary. Honestly, it feels like a waste of space and maybe materials, but the presentation is absolutely gorgeous. So here's the pen itself. This is number 16 of 33, and it's so beautiful. So this is a piston filler, and it has an extra fine 18 karat gold nib. I'm really excited that it has a gold nib, it's a piston filler, and it's made of ebonite. I am a little worried about the size, to be honest. It feels great to hold. I like the grip section. It feels very comfortable. I love the weight of the pen, but still it's a huge pen. This pen dwarfs my Pelikan M800, which is a huge pen. So we'll see how that goes in the future. I don't mind writing with a big pen. I think I could write for hours and not be tired or fatigued by this pen. It has a really nice balance, and again, that grip section is super comfortable. But I just tend to appreciate smaller things generally, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this pen entirely just yet. I'm using the Sailor Studio ink 280. I had two inks that I kind of narrowed it down to and ended up going with this. I like complementary colors in my pens rather than matching the ink color to the barrel. I like the inks to be complementary. I don't know how to explain that. I think anyways, so initially this pen had a little bit of a hard start. I probably should have flushed it out, but I didn't. And then it was fine, and it's been writing solidly ever since. It has a lot of feedback. I was really surprised by how much feedback it had. It has a little bit of line variation, which is kind of nice. There's a give to the nib itself, so it's not super stiff like a Sailor fountain pen or Platinum, especially. Platinum fountain pens have extremely stiff nibs. Unless if you get the soft nib, of course, but I digress. I did end up deciding that I wanted to put this nib to micro mesh. So I actually, at the very end of this video, will do a little silent demonstration so that you can hear the feedback of the pen as it came out of the box, and then hear the difference that it made with a little bit of micro mesh. And then you can also see the process. I like to make sure that I just do a couple squiggles on the micro mesh with the nib, test it out, do some more if I feel that way, incrementally, because you can't put back what you take off. So it's good to do it in little steps until it feels good for you. It's a very personal thing, I think, how much micro mesh or how many circles you do on a micro mesh sheet. So yeah, I am interested to see how this pen feels in the future as I continue to write with it. If I grow accustomed to the size, I do really love Ebonite. There's just a life to it that normal resins don't have. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, here's a quick update. I have had this pen for about 3 weeks now. I've refilled it once with a different ink, and I am going to be selling this pen. I have decided that as much as I love the material, I think this is a beautiful pen. I love Ebonite so much. I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. It's just gorgeous. The color is beautiful. This is just a pen that I feel is too large for me, for my liking. It's actually very comfortable to hold and write with, and the balance is quite nice. It just is, I prefer visually as well, just a smaller pen. And so I am going to be selling this. I do like it. I like the piston. The piston is really smooth. The nib is nice, juicy, very juicy. Maybe if the nib was the perfect nib for me, my dream nib, then maybe I would be willing to work with the size a little bit more. But the nib is, I'm not wowed by the nib. And to be honest, it's just a little too thick of a line for my handwriting, even as an extra fine. And I think that's mostly because it is such a juicy pen. So, yep. It's going. So I'll be listing this on eBay, and that's it.